time we do the impossible. You ain't made it till you got stylers go out and shop for you. You ain't made it till they put on top of you. Parading through the city, the whole block come out for you. We just getting started, y'all finna see what we bout to do. Boy, stop, you ain't here, I'm the real truth.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 8 carries, 123 yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball in last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cook again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. Now Wilson. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wilson. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. There's Wilson to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. The Vikings had a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
And this one is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 46-yard attempt. And Boswell missed it. Missed it to the right. No good. And this will stay at a 7-point game.
This is always a
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Cooper here. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. To throw again is Wilson. He's got him in, complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Play action. It's Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
On second down, Cook. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On first down, Wilson. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They'll throw on first down with Wilson.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Throwing is Wilson.
He's going to get this one down to Cook.
And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. He's got his receiver, Cooper. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Again, Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevented from making another catch to his big start.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And that will close the gap down to 14. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. Now Wilson on first down.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Here's Wilson. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
Brings up third down. 6 yards to go.
On third down, Wilson.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Now it's Wilson. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
So now they'll come up on second and 10 once again from the 28. Play action. Now Wilson.
Throwing for Smith on the out route, and it's caught.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a second and short. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. A big play coming up for this defensive unit. They're down, but just by a bit on the scoreboard. Can they get this third down stop in the third quarter? Watson now to throw. Open man here is Conklin. Now the ball comes loose, and the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review of the play, ruling on the field is reversed.
They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
97 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So the ball down to the 16 here for first and 10. Here's Chubb on the read option. Stop made there by Brian Asamoah.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they can actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense. And
he rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked by the linebacker, Brian Asamoah. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
They start the drive with Cook. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. Big play pushes him all the way out to the 40 now for first down. They go play action with Wilson.
Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson.
And quickly, they get to the line.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7 at the 43-yard line.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. Another one on this play for Justin Jefferson. On the move past the 40. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Throwing again here, Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Throwing again on second down, Wilson. It's complete to Cook. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this third quarter. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. From the gun on third down, Wilson got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kareem Hunt with career touchdown number 60. And the Vikings go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. Webster going to hold on to it, and it'll come out to the 25. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he stopped immediately there. The tackle there by John Johnson. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Here's Chubb on the read option. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
From the gun on third, Watson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. They'll try and run right on the option. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well. But sometimes you do learn your lesson the hard way, as he did there.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Here's Watson.
Got an open man, finds Gibson.
And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 25-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They run it again with Chubb. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
118 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. They'll try and run the option left side. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Deshaun Watson keeping it himself from 10 yards away.
And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
And now out comes Minnesota.
They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Holding. Offense.
They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Wilson. That's to Cook out of the backfield.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
2nd and 9 from the 44.
Here's Wilson.
Right back to Cook for another completion. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Wilson. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Wilson's throw taken in by Cooper here.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Throwing now is Wilson. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. Here we go. It's Wilson on 4th down. Touchdown, Vikings. are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. Webster going to hold on to it, and it'll come out to the 25. The Browns set to take over. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This is caught. It's Christian Watson. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 70 yards. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth. And McPherson on for the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So a 75-yard scoring drive on just 3 plays. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. So Russell Wilson in the offense, down by 7, a little over 30 seconds remaining. And they've got to travel the full 75 yards, and time is obviously a huge factor here. 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. And he's got his man on the out route. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Wilson to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10.
Personal foul. Unnecessary running. Defense.
Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
The last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
So now then the penalty's got them set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Cook. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Second and goal from the 1. He'll look to throw. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field.
Obviously, the excitement level here is almost a fever pitch. Down one. It's tempting to go for two. I say you go ahead and kick the extra point. You got the home crowd carried into overtime.
I'm with you. I do see some fans though holding up 2 fingers. Easy now.
Yeah, but they're not the ones who have to actually make that call, are they?
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we may very well be headed to overtime. Scoring something. 3-play drive. And the touchdown capped off by the PAT, and that means that we are likely heading to overtime. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Here comes Webster. He's going to bring it out.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
Here's Chubb on the read option.
And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
First throw in OT for Watson. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. That'll give him 8 that time. And 3rd and 8 now.
In search of 8 yards here as they move to convert the first down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Throwing deep for Galladay. They've got his man. Complete.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And how about that? So many times the big play is what does it in overtime. They got one there, move the ball past midfield, and now you know they're on the move, looking to score the game-winning touchdown because a field goal won't finish the game.
Yeah, maybe a little over-pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. 137 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
They run again on first down. Chubb. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
And they're knocking on the door now. There's a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives him a 1st and goal. the gun, Watson. The quick slant caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up 2nd and goal. Chubb. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for the Browns, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the